Hi guys, thanks for joining me on my little show where I will be talking about Arsenal versus Fulham. Let us get into this. Right now, we are back from Madrid by now getting ready for this game. It was really nice last week to get a few days off because for a change, I didn't have a midweek preview to do. But this week we are back in. Saturday, 5:30 my time, Arsenal are going to be playing Fulham, who by the way always put up a fight. Arsenal at the moment 3 points ahead on top of the league. Ahead of Manchester City, who've got a game in hand, but by Saturday evening, we should hopefully be 6 points ahead. It is going to be a very tough match because, to be honest, let me be honest about my team. I feel like our players mentally do not have. We are not arrogant. That is my huge problem with Arsenal. If it was Man City here, I'd 100% say they're going to win it. We've got some profiles in that team who believe in ourselves. I think Eze and Rice. That's why you need English players in your team. These two have got that arrogance and that belief. But I feel like we have to do a lot of hand holding. Big Gabby, he always loses his mind and his composure in certain big games. Slightly, you have to you have a couple of mistakes in him. Although he's one of our best defenders, 100%, but I still feel there's that thing where he knows where we've come from and he still feels that pressure, which he shouldn't feel it because he is easily one of the best defenders in the world. We have got some of the best defenders in the world. I wish they would believe it, but they don't. So we just have to go for it. Let me actually start with a quick overview of how Fulham are listed as. This is probably how they line up. This is how they line up. And I'm just going to use this live score presentation. So Leno in goal used to be a former Arsenal keeper. Now, I was thinking when I was watching Aston Villa play in Europe the other day with Emilio Martinez, this is one of my issues with Arteta. He let Martinez go to keep Leno. It was a terrible decision. Leno was nowhere near. But every time it comes against Arsenal, it becomes prime what's Buffon. Crazy guy. Anyway, a back four of Robinson, Calvin Bassey, Anderson, and Castagna. Berge and Lukic in the central holding midfielder. Then you've got Chikweze, Emil Smith-Rowe, who was sold by Arsenal, still supports Arsenal, but he's probably going to start doing crazy things. Iwobi is not playing because I think he's got like a hamstring injury or something. Could be wrong. Harry Wilson, who has had some decent performances recently, and Raul Jimenez always gets a go. Always gets a go. This guy, he can be quite dangerous, and he's one of those players where not a back four will not stop him completely. You need a proper guy, like proper defensive midfielder in there to make sure he doesn't get loose. Because once he's in front of one defender, you're going to be, he's going to be one-on-one with a keeper. He is pretty decent. Now, I'm going to use this lineup on live score as well for the Arsenal side, only but I don't think at all this is how we are going to line up, and I would actually prefer a different lineup. Raya in goal. Ben White is coming under a lot of pressure and attack from Arsenal fans because I think they want Jury and Timber, but when Jury and Timber was playing, they wanted Ben White. We need a balance on that right wing. We need a balance. There are certain games when Ben White is playing with Saka and Odegaard, he functions really well. Probably because we are keeping the defense, the attack, or the defense of the opposition so busy because of how fluid they are. They are not attacking us as much. So you feel a lot more secure. But yeah, so it could be Ben White, it could be Mosquera on that right wing. I am happy with either against this opposition because we have to think about next week. When on the 5th, when we face Atletico again. And then on that other side, Calafiori or Hincapie, I love Hincapie. He is a warrior. Absolutely. What I think the best player from our defenders, he has been, I think, the most impressive. I think only because we were not expecting him to be this dominant in his position. When was the last time we even stressed that we might concede from our left wing? I don't remember. No one's going past this guy. He is demonic. He is absolutely powerful guy. Love him. Our centre backs, Big Gabby and William Saliba. Saliba is such a smooth operator, though. Big Gabby, right now, I was so impressed with some of the things he did at Atletico when it comes to one-on-one. You know, like that game, funny enough, is in that game against Atletico, there were so many more shots taken by those two. I think we had 29 shots altogether, whereas in the night before they had 24. The only difference was our defensive display for both teams. The ball was not getting anywhere near the keeper because those two, that back three, William, Ben White not so much, made sure nothing went past to go to the keeper. Very limited access to our keepers, which is exactly what defenses should be doing because they are professionals. That is what they should be doing. So basically, these guys can absolutely defend the Strait of Hormuz. We need them there, right? A midfield. Now, we saw Ateta Nae, we saw Odegaard start with Zubamendi and Rice. He needs to give Zubamendi a rest for this match because we might not need him. I mean, he's going to play, isn't he? Let's be honest. But I think he needs to give him a rest if he wants to play him on next week, Tuesday. He needs to give this guy a rest. He's played a lot of games. I don't know. He won't probably play him till, he can't play him anymore, which is always a mistake. But Arteta doesn't always learn from his mistakes. He just hopes, he's a fake it till you make it guy. And I can't begrudge him that. Declan Rice was insane. He played it. You saw now, people who know football more than me, because when you're watching it from telly. Anyway, Declan Rice, who played on this midweek against Atletico, is the Declan Rice of last season. This is the guy we were seeing when he was playing with Partey. So I don't know what happened. Oh, I think it's because Zubamendi was playing with Odegaard. So I think there was that security and also Ben White's decision-making as well. So sometimes we criticize Ben White, but he probably enabled that sort of extra security for Zubamendi to remain back so Declan could push forward a lot more and be a lot more threatening. He was playing a lot more like he played last week, Declan Rice. That's why he looked so good. This season, he hasn't been able to do that. We've been so much more defensive, blah, 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 and he's been tired for about the last 20 games. Regardless, live score, I've got Eze in there. I would like to see Eze play on that left wing, personally. So Declan Rice, Zubamendi, Odegaard. Definitely Odegaard has to start. He has got some issues. He's a back pass merchant. He'll never pass the ball to Gyökeres. He can't see him. He can't find him. He's scared of the ball being intercepted, which is really cowardly. But he still makes us look a lot better when he's playing in that position. So start him. And then after like 50, 60 minutes, bring on Dalman, but maintain Eze in the side on the left wing. Although that left wing, every time Eze plays, they starts limping. He catches an injury, so I'm not sure. On the right wing, Saka did about 10, 15 minutes in the Atletico game. Came on for Noni Madueke, who wasn't very happy to come off, which is ridiculous. Bro, chill out. But I feel like Noni Madueke had a very good game against Atletico Madrid. He was our most direct player. So we've got our favorites. We all know the way Arsenal fans move. But for me, he was more direct, and I think he had a better game than Saka at the end. But of course, when Saka came on and the changes were made, our profile looked a bit different. I was more comfortable that we were safer. Although that's when we considered a penalty, blah, 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 blah. So really, Noni's threat is a lot more direct than Saka's threat. I don't mind Noni starting in this match. Him and Chukwueze are probably besties anyway, so it will be interesting down that end. And yeah, let's not waste Saka in this game. Let him come on as a sub because we don't need Saka getting any niggles, although we could do with some match fitness for him as well. Like I said, on that side, the live score, I've got Trossard in there. We don't really need Trossard because we've got Eze. Put Eze there. We've got Martinelli as well. Can come on as a sub or Trossard, whoever. But up front, please, can we start Gyökeres? Let's not mess about. This is not the time to mess about. Put Gyökeres up front. Let him keep these guys, Calvin Bassey and Anderson, busy. When Calvin Bassey is not busy, he makes those dangerous runs. He makes those dangerous runs. Before you know it, he'll be in our 18, in our D box, trying to do crazy things. So whatever you do, let us ensure those guys are so busy and trying to basically, drag Victor Yoker is down. I thought he was amazing against Atletico Madrid. He had opportunities which were missed. He created, I think, an opportunity as well, which Odegaard didn't take advantage of. So yeah, we are pretty good to go. So personally, how do I think this is going to go? I think I went for an Arsenal 2-0 win. We are desperate for this. We have let our lead slide and we've got no one else to blame but ourselves. So for me, it is essential that we get this thing going 100%. So yeah, awesome opportunity for Arsenal to go 6 points ahead on Saturday. I'll be here for it. You guys, let me know what you think about this match. The other matches that are going to go through, I've done a predictions video. Let's have a quick look at the other matches if I can use my phone. We know on Thursday, by the time you probably see this video, Leeds would have already played Burnley. Saturday, the other games, we've got Brentford, West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, Wolves, Sunderland. And then on Sunday, we've got... Sunday will be good. I'm not leaving the house. Bournemouth versus Palace, City versus Liverpool, Villa versus Tottenham. And then on Monday, a bank holiday Monday, we go Chelsea, Nottingham Forest, and the biggest match of the week for Arsenal fans. I know we are good, but this is the biggest match. Everton versus Manchester City. I have gone for a Manchester City win because, of course, I'm not a complete moron. I've gone for them to win 2-1. But you know what, Everton, if you want to get a draw, do your girl a favor, and then I will be eternally in your, as you say. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. I'm missing a match, you know. Did I mention? I feel like I'm missing a match. Liverpool, Man U. Oh yeah, Aston Villa, Tottenham on the Sunday. So that's also another big match down at the relegation zone. Look, at heart, I'm an Aston Villa supporter. So do not hate on me when I start supporting Villa. But in the end, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. That is my Arsenal versus Fulham preview. I feel like Arsenal really need this win. I'm not 100% convinced we'll do it easily. It's going to be nerve-wracking because we just do it like that. Look at the Newcastle match, but I feel like we should be able to win this 2-0. Let me know what you think, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.